So it's currently October. Charlotte-Mecklenburg Police Department seized over 60 cars in May of this year. Most of those cars are still impounded. Most of those cars, Charlotte-Mecklenburg Police Department has determined that they will not be given back. And most of those cars, CMPD has determined that they're going to repurpose them for use for special activities by the police department. In other words, get ready to see a wide-body Hellcat Charger hunting you down for speeding on the highway in Charlotte. Let's talk about it. All right, guys. So as always, it's your boy Knockout 360 here with another video for you guys. I know you first time to the channel. For all you guys tuning in for the first time, car content, car shows, car reviews, car meets, anything and everything car related happens on this channel. So if you're into that, make sure that you stick around, man, because you're in the right place. For everyone else, hit that subscribe button as well as that notification bell so that you know what's coming out and when it's coming out, right? So let's go ahead and talk about it, man. So first things first, I know you guys have probably been wondering what's going on with the channel. I have been posting a lot of shorts. Recently, YouTube Shorts is a new thing that YouTube is working on. Basically, short videos up to a minute long, where similar to Reels with Instagram and stuff like that. And YouTube is kind of unveiling, and now my channel is eligible to start posting shorts. So long story short, I've been posting kind of highlight videos or highlight clips of my other videos. Right, so some of the crazy stuff that have happened in my other videos, and even some of the stuff that I see going forward day to day, I'm going to start posting those as shorts. Henceforth, the reason my videos have been showing up as like 35 seconds, 45 seconds, a minute long. Those obviously aren't full videos. Those are just shorts. You know what I'm saying? YouTube should display them as shorts when you look at the thumbnail. But they're just kind of highlights of crazy stuff that I've seen in the past here and stuff that I'm going to be seeing going forward. By all means, if you've already watched the old videos in the past, you probably already seen those shorts. If you haven't, check them out. But yeah, that's what I'm doing now. A lot of people are asking, you know, what's going on? Why are you posting these short videos? Those are YouTube shorts. So that's what I'm posting now. This is actually a real video, so you'll be able to differentiate the real long videos, the real videos from the shorts, you know. But so long story short, man, I'm talking to my homeboy a couple weeks back. I'm talking to two of my homeboys on separate occasions. One owns a wide-body Charger Hellcat, and the other one owns a Scat Pack Charger. And they unfortunately got caught up in the impounding seizure that took place in May. Now, if you're not familiar, you haven't seen my video. Long story short, Charlotte-Mecklenburg Police Department put on some sort of sting operation where basically they set up cameras and undercover police officers at two different popular street racing locations, street gathering locations. And long story short, after about 6 months of building a case against the streetcar community, they impounded 60 cars and indicted 50 people for aggressive driving and street racing. 60 cars were off the street, 50 people were indicted with aggressive driving and street racing in Charlotte, right? And that's with over 6 months of, you know, good cop work, where they were basically, you know, surveilling and you know, watching for car meets and illegal street racing and things like that. Long story short, like I said, a lot of cars got impounded. A lot of people got arrested for that and faced indictment charges, stuff like that. But so that took place in May, right? On a random Thursday, CMPD just woke up and decided to tow 60 cars away from people's houses, right? That's basically what happened. And some of those people were given court dates in like October, which is now. Some of those people were kind of given court dates that were pushed off to January of next year, 2022. So I was talking to my homeboys that both of them got caught up in the situation on separate occasions. I was talking to them, and both of them said that they're not getting their cars back, right? Apparently a judge has ordered that those two specifically, but not in specific, other people are sharing the same fate, are going to have to relinquish their car to the city, specifically to Charlotte-Mecklenburg Police Department. So that's one aspect, that's one, I guess, bad side of it. The fact that, they're not going to get their cars back. The fact that the city has their cars. I'm not sure how that works out as far as the payment is concerned. I would assume that they probably relinquish the rights to paying the car off because it's no longer theirs. It will no longer be in their name. So obviously they're not going to be paying on it. I don't think the city's that cruel to have somebody paying for a car that they no longer own. But they have been paying for them since the car has been impounded. But going forward, I think that's going to change. So the first part about it is they're not getting their cars back. Not every one of those cars that were impounded are not getting them back. Some people are fortunate enough to where they were able to get a lawyer involved and get their cars back sooner. So I know some people that got their cars back in like June and July and August of this year. You know what I'm saying? So some people got their cars back a lot sooner than the people set for court dates in October. I know some people will be getting their cars back this month, like I said, in October, because a lot of people have their court dates set up. That's all well and good. But some people, I guess the worst of the worst, the ones that I guess CMPD caught racing on multiple occasions and I guess breaking multiple traffic violations and laws, they will not be getting their cars back, period. And not only that, not only will the city of Charlotte be, I guess, commandeering those cars permanently, as I look at a USPS driver in front of me here, not only will they be commandeering those cars permanently, but Charlotte-Mecklenburg Police Department has taken it upon themselves to repurpose some of those vehicles for special activities by the police force. In other words, they're taking those cars and they're taking them into the possession of the Charlotte-Mecklenburg Police Department, and they will be using them how they see fit. What I can see, a lot of those cars that will be specially taken are probably going to be Dodge specific. And the reason I say that is because we have a heavy presence of Dodge in the city, right? A lot of Scats, a lot of Cats, a lot of RTs, just a lot of Dodge, period. And I'll be honest with you, a lot of the problems in the past that has come to kind of conversation into a head in Charlotte probably was because of Dodge and some of the things that we do. We have such a huge presence here. When we get together, it's us, right? We have huge numbers here. So my thought process, and this is kind of the thought process of some of the other people that I was talking to, a lot of the cars that's getting repurposed for special activities by the police force are probably going to be American muscle cars, Dodge specific, but maybe, some Chevys, some Fords. But my thing is they're going to start using these cars as bait cars and undercover cars. And what I mean by bait and undercover is, if you have watched my previous video and just know what's going on, they were using a lot of Chargers and Challengers to go undercover, right? To go undercover and hide out at some of these car meets and car shows. Right now, let's be honest here. If you're at a car meet or a car show and you see a Crown Vic roll up, you're suspicious. That's a cop. You see an Impala roll up, that's suspicious. That's a cop. If you see a Scat Pack Charger roll up, nobody's suspicious. You see a Scat Pack Challenger or something roll up, nobody's suspicious. You know what I'm saying? Hellcat Charger, Challenger, nobody's thinking twice about that, especially a wide body. Like, no way a cop is driving a wide body. They have some wide bodies. No way a cop is driving a Hellcat. They commandeered some Hellcats. What my thought process is they're going to start using these cars as bait cars, as in cars to just cars that you see on the street that you might want to race and engage with. And then upon doing that, that's when they get behind you and throw on the lights and they pull you over for speeding, reckless driving, street racing, so on and so forth. And also undercover cars, as in cars that pull up at some of these car meets and just kind of film and surveil, do reconnaissance, stuff like that, because once again, because the Dodge presence in Charlotte is so heavy and so big, nobody really knows what, who is and who is not, And if I'm a police officer and I'm a part of the department or whatever, I'm going to get the cars that I know are going to blend in the easiest with the car community. Henceforth, what we're driving right now, what I'm sitting in right now. I'm actually sitting in world's dirtiest wide body Charger in the world, but we're not going to talk about that. That's another topic for another day. But that's what I'm thinking. A lot of those cars that got repurposed are probably going to be Dodge muscle cars, which is pretty much in line with what the police department drives as well. I mean, state troopers, the whole nine, they all drive Chargers. And they're just going to blend them in. They're going to tint them out illegally, which interesting because, the police illegal tint. But when somebody else does it, it's, against the law. But they're going to tint them out, South Carolina has recently created some sort of law that, well, not even a law, but basically the state troopers of South Carolina will now be driving like Chargers with stripes on them. They're RT Chargers, but they have the dual stripes going down the center. We talked about this here recently, where basically that allows them to blend in with traffic. And they literally said that in the article that I was reading. It allows them to blend in with traffic. Basically, they want you to think like somebody like me driving a car that I'm driving, pulls up next to him, thinks that it's a little RT, and I'm about to smoke him. As soon as I take off, he gets behind me, turns on the lights. I've got a charge for reckless driving, street racing, speed, and the whole nine. Right? And I think Carolina, at least CMPD, is going to probably start to do some of the same things similarly. You know what I mean? And I say that to say these undercover cars are going to be bait cars, baiting you into doing something stupid so that they can get you. And then, of course, your good old-fashioned undercover cars just showing up to car meets and car shows and getting the skinny on what's going on, right? Because you know, like I know, right now the car scene has been relatively quiet ever since the crackdown happened. It's not going to stay that way forever. Cars and Coffee just came back a couple months ago. We got Beers and Gears that kicks up once every Sunday, every couple months. Jack's Wax is taking over. They got a new shop that they're opening up in Concord. So a lot of the car scenes and car meets and car shows are starting to come back to Charlotte slowly. You know what I'm saying? So it's only a matter of time before people start hosting meets and hosting this and hosting that, and then stuff starts getting wild. You know what I'm saying? And then that's when the cops are going to start bringing out those damn wide body Hellcat Chargers and Scat Packs and RTs and all that stuff that you're not going to expect. But lo and behold, it's a cop. You know what I'm saying? But that's what's going on in Charlotte. A lot of people have, a good bit of people have gotten their cars back already. Because like I said, they've gotten their lawyers involved. Their lawyers have, don't do what lawyers do and finagled out of that situation. So a lot of people have gotten their cars back already. Some people still have their court dates set for this month. I don't know if it's the end of the month or the beginning of the month. And then some people, unfortunately, the remaining few people will never get their cars back because Charlotte-Mecklenburg Police Department has found suit to use these cars for special activities. And we discussed that earlier as well. So that's pretty much where we're sitting at in the car community. I haven't been to a car meet like I was going to say a legit car meet, but you and I both know that's not the case. But I haven't been to one of those crazy car meets probably since like April of this year. And the crackdown happened in May, so that explains it. I mean, people are scared to throw anything. You know what I'm saying? Anything that's not like 100% legal schmeagle. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, I've been taking you guys to some of the stuff that me and the Lane Hogs have been doing. But as far as, the crazy stuff that we used to go to and the meets that I used to take you guys to, it's been dry. It's been real dry here in Charlotte as of late, just because, you don't know who's who. But that's my thought process on it. I think that we're going to start seeing a lot of wide body Chargers and wide body Challengers and Scat Packs and Hellcats on the street that are not necessarily our friends, that you got to watch out for. But it just is what it is, man. My heart goes out to the dudes that lost their car permanently, that got repurposed. There was a 2020 Toyota Supra that actually got towed and impounded during that whole thing. I felt for that guy. I saw that video. That was sad. I hate to see that because those Supras are really rare, and he just got that, to my understanding, and one of his cars, or that car, got towed and impounded by the police. And I don't know if he has it back. I haven't seen anything on the ground, but my heart goes out to you guys. I hope you get your cars back and everything's in good shape. But that's where we are right now. Charlotte is real tight and it's getting crazy, and it's probably going to get even crazier, guys. Don't think for 1 second that CMPD is going to let up on this, because I highly doubt that they are. But as always, guys, it's been your boy Knockout 360 here. I will see you in the next one. Check out some of the shorts if you haven't already seen them. I know some of the titles are a little clickbaitish, but you know your boy. I mean, come on now. I'm a YouTuber. That's what I do. I'm not going to clickbait too far out. Just a little bit. Just a little bit, a little bit of icing on top of the cake. Even when there really is no cake. A little more icing than cherry than cake. You know how that goes. I'll see you guys in the next one, man. Peace.